So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the show, to the watch show. But we don't only talk about watches in this show, we try to cover everything, health, local news, what's happening out there. We try to cover everything out there. But before I get into what I'm going to get into, I would like you guys to give me a thumbs up, you know, and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed into the channel, you won't regret it. Believe me, you won't regret it. It's a lot of fun, this channel. So I ask all of you for that favor. I really do. So we're gonna dive into the first topic, and it's an unbelievable topic, and I'm gonna start it off with one of our organic channel subscribers, Mr. Ed Blair. Mr. Ed Blair left a comment today, and I looked at it, what he wrote down, and he wrote down that in 2008, that terrible time in our country, 2008, I believe you could have bought with a I don't know, I think it was for $100 you would get 75 euros, something to that effect. And in 2025, if I'm saying it wrong, Mr. Blair, don't, you correct me. Or yo soy un lambón. I'm a paloma myself. I'm naive. So he was telling me that Mr. Blair, if you guys don't know who Mr. Blair is, he's one of our, unbelievable subscribers. And he said that in 2008, you could have bought, 75 euros with $100. That's what you will get. With $100, you will get 75 euros. And today in 2025, you with $100, you get 84, 84 euros. So with that, when I read that, I took upon myself to do a little studying. When I get involved, I look in there. I think Mr. Damon just finished saying that 2008 was the crash. These people, our audience is very smart people. So he said that, and that's how it is, Mr. Damon. So I took upon myself to do a little research, and I was talking to a friend of mine's, and he asked me this question. He said to me, what is worse, that crash from 2008 to 2012, or right now, 2025? He asked me that question. And I started thinking, and I'm asking you the same question to you guys. The 2008, 2012 crash or 2025? What do you believe is worse? I'm asking you spoofballs out there. What do you think is worse? And I was thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. Me, I think so much that, my hair starts getting gray because I think too much, It happens to me always. Okay, so we have a lot of people that believe that 2008 was worse than 2025. So I branched out. I branched out to other Einsteins, that they believe they're Einsteins, and we were talking about that. And ladies and gentlemen, you're not gonna believe. Who wrote that? Nelson? Was that Nelson that wrote that? So, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm happy that you guys are saying 2008, 2012, that time. But, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this because I got to tell you the truth. I'm going to say, me personally, and Sweet Kid Kino, we believe. Oh, wow, look at this, creative experiments. We believe, ladies and gentlemen, that 2025 is even worse. Even worse. There's too many things tangled up with 2025. Too many things. We got that, I'm gonna start it off with that. We got hit with that, Corona beer situation, with the mask on, we had that. People are saying that 2025 by far is worse than the 2008. I'm only telling you what people are saying out there. I'm happy that you said 2008 because I'm going to keep on looking into it to try to find, where is that leak, But people are saying that 2025, listen to what I'm saying. 2025, ladies and gentlemen, there's, we saw something yesterday and we saw it today again. I'm going to jump into another thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go back to the crash of 2008 and today, 2025. But I want you to know that today was an unbelievable day. I went today to downtown Miami to pick up a watch of mine that was being serviced, one of those, watch, movement workers down there, And ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe the people that were melting watches. Melting watches. In our field of watches, melting watches is basically, we put it in the same level. Listen to me so you know how to say it one day. So you don't be a dumbski out there. Melting gold watches is the equivalent. It's not the same thing, but it's in the watch world, we say it's the equivalent of burning money. Understand me? Did you understand that or no? Did I make sense to you? Melting a gold watch is like the equivalent of burning, a Lincoln $5 bill, a Franklin, like burning it. And people were in downtown. Let me show you something, ladies and gentlemen. I got to show you something. You see this? This is a pot, a pot like a podcast. You see this over here? And they were taking watches like this one over here, gold one like that, gold one, and melting it. I saw people today melting Breitlings with pilot bracelets, bullet bracelets, 285. Oh, disgusting. Burning. They were just melting them. Here, more. This one over here. Throw it in there too. Melting left and right. They were going bananas. I haven't seen something like that. I didn't see that in 2008. People were going crazy, just mad. Melting and melting in the pot. Putting everything there. Their marriage ring, whatever it was. Their baby's little necklace that they had when they were born, melted. Melted. And people were saying today in downtown Miami, people were saying, listen to me, I'm not saying it. Those people over there in downtown were saying this. Me, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say, keep on saying. They're saying that gold is going to hit $10,000. $10,000 is going to hit. They were going crazy. They were melting everything they can find. They were melting everything. Everything they can find, they were melting, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to understand what's going on. It's not a joke. It is not a joke what's happening out there right now. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no money out there. I keep on telling you that, and maybe you guys have a couple of coins. Maybe. And that's why probably you don't understand it. But there's no money out there, Papi. Me and you, we still get to go, get a fast food burger somewhere. There's people out there that can't get a fast food burger. Do you know how much it costs to go buy a Big Mac with fries and a soft drink in one of those places? It doesn't go lower than $10 to $11. You understand me? And then you have the little kids crying. They want a Happy Meal with a little car, a Fred Flintstone, a Dino, something. Papi, la situación está jodida. Man, they told me today, said, listen, man, this is gonna I mean, we know it's bad, but now it's getting even worse. I told you that that goal was gonna scare the shit out of a lot of people. You know, the ones that have the goal, they're doing beautiful. They're doing beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, the goal was today at $3,619. I don't know where it's at right now. 3619. Ladies and gentlemen, silver is at silver. People were buying it at $18, $22. A troy ounce is at $43. $43. Platinum was a week ago. Listen to me. Platinum was a week ago. 1331. $1,331. Last week, platinum. Look into it. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the the trifecta. This is the trifecta, but I'm going to go into the super trifecta. Super trifecta I'm going to go into. Platinum today is at $1,446. And rhodium is all the way up. All the way up. That's the super trifecta. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. All the way up, papi. All the way up. And ladies and gentlemen, even people that I know, they have a lot of gold. They said that they wanted to test it. They wanted to test the market. And they took a couple of one of those gold bars, the gold bars, and they took them in, they're long, they're crooked, they're bended, and they took it to the, to sell it to the refinery. And they got paid. And they got paid. They said, I wanted to feel it. I wanted to feel it. I wanted to know this is for real. I want to know this is for real. And they went and they tested. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have the urge also to take the little bit that I have and give me my money, But I stood back because I believe that, gold is going to hit that $4,000 mark. And quicker than what we believe. Ladies and gentlemen, when it hit $3,000, I was saying 3,000, and people were laughing at me. So help me God. I was saying $3,000 and people were laughing at me. When it was at $2,400. It hit the 3,000. And then we said it's going to go over the 3,000. It went over the 3,000. Then we said it's going to go over the 3,500. It went over the 3,500. Papi, la situación está fea. You can ask Mr. Ed Blair. He's been around this channel for, I don't know how long you've been around, Mr. Blair, but you've been for a while. And I'm telling you, he knows I've been telling you about gold for, man, I'm telling you, easy. 3 years I've been telling you, this thing is going to go crazy. And it's going to go crazy, ladies and gentlemen. La situación está jodida, muchacho. The world's upside down. I told you yesterday, I gave you some information yesterday that I honestly, some people told me today, man, I saw I'm telling you, what they told me. I'm not patting myself on the back. Some people told me today, I saw your live. Dude, man, you were dropping there some kabooms, bro. What? I said, Bobby, they want to know. They want to know if gold is going to continue going up. It's the only way. We're behind the 8 ball while the rest of those superpowers are just going up. They're going up. They're going up, and we're just still, we're still playing, battleship. We're still playing battleship, and y comiendo catirilla. So I wanna let you guys know to really, man, be careful, because I saw downtown Miami today. It was scary, and everywhere I looked around and everybody I spoke to, they told me, no, things are not right, bro. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you today another thing that is putting another harpoon into the watch business. You know what it is? Does anybody know what I'm going to tell you? That's putting a harpoon. You know what they throw at the whales. You know those harpoons. Does anybody know? The other thing, this, completely just flipping it around the watch business, ladies and gentlemen, is people melting watches. Get it through your head. People melting watches is everybody's hush hush, looking to the side. They don't care. Melt it. That's gonna put the watch business is dead as it is. But people melting watches all over the world, not Miami, all over the world, is gonna put a stop. Even to those people over there in Geneva, over there, over here. Listen to me. When I tell you this today, you're gonna understand something. I did a video. If you saw it, you know what I said. I did a video on Patek Philippe. And Patek Philippe, before all of this is 2 years ago, they told everybody out there, we are buying all the gold we can get. Patek Philippe. Did anybody see that video when I said that? Patek Philippe is, I'm buying all the gold I can get my hands on. This is 2 years ago I did this video. Did they know something? Did they have an inside, They bought all the gold they can get their hands on. So ladies and gentlemen, they bought tons of gold. You remember that, right? Thank you. I wanted somebody to say it. You remember that. 2 years ago, I said, Patek Philippe is buying everything they can buy in gold. Listen to me. If you haven't seen that video is a classic. And people, again, were doing this to me. Papi. There it is, Papa. There it is. Patek Philippe 2 years ago were buying all the gold we can get. Because they knew something. They knew something. Remember, so if you think Patek Philippe bought all the gold they couldn't, right? I always told you this always. Remember, the one that talks the least is the king of watches. They don't say a word. They don't say a word to nobody. So if Patek Philippe bought gold, AP bought gold, Vacheron bought gold, imagine Rolex what they bought in gold. They bought all the gold. This is, Papi, these people, they're unbelievable. They have the secret back door. They have the secret back door. These people know too much. I'm telling you, I did a video on that and people were laughing at what I was saying. How do you know? How do you this? How did you figure that out? Mira, Lambón. I figured that out by reading, Lambón. That's how I figured it out, by reading. Maybe if you read, you can understand what's happening, a year, 6 months before it happens. But people didn't want to believe me. Remember, this is a very small channel with real subscribers. Papi, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, Dr. D. I mean, Mr. D, excuse me, Mr. D. These people sit in the table with black stone and black rock. They sit down. And then they go to their camp over there in California, Bear Mountain, somewhere up there, to salute the eagle. I mean, how do you call that guy now? The owl. Unbelievable, these people. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all rigged. We are living in a plantation. We are living in a plantation. I'm just telling you what's going on. Cuidadito. Watch yourself. The watch content in any of these platforms, wherever they're at, whatever internet platform you're in, Papi, they're shut off. there's nothing to talk about. They're trying their best, to hype it up among themselves. There's a show coming up, I believe, sometime, next week. A show here. Bobby, I'm telling you, he's dead. He's dead. It's an embarrassment what I see that they put on watch, groups that I belong to. We're doing this auction, we're doing this auction, we're doing this auction. They can't sell no watches, Bobby. Bobby, they can't sell no watches. No matter how much we like watches. I'm addicted to watches. Right here, the Bane. I'm addicted. I'm a junkie of watches. But that doesn't, it lets me know still that the watch industry right now is dropping. It keeps on dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. And some of these people don't want to believe it. They want to continue skip hopping around through life, hugging their most, popular watch Muppet Boiler Room dealer channel. They want to, papi, tú estás jodido, papi. This is bad. Ladies and gentlemen, la situación está jodida. Ladies and gentlemen, the situation is frogged up. And people don't want to believe it. People want to continue. Okay, read what Nelson just right now finished putting up there. You can tell, we can tell, because when you have a channel, you can tell the way the channel is behaving. I'm not supposed to be telling you this, but I'm telling you because I'm stupid like that. I'm stupid. I can look at, I can see how it's behaving, if it's flat line, if it's going up, if it's, like this. You can tell there's no movement out there, man. There's no movement. There's no movement. Another thing I want to tell you is we were in summertime, so everybody is traveling. Everybody's going here, going over there. People ain't watching that much, internet channels because people are traveling. They're spending money and going here and there, and they don't have time for that. But ladies and gentlemen, you have to, I have to keep on awakening you guys. I show you the pot. Put it in there. Melt it. We don't want it no more. We don't want it. We don't want that Rolex, We don't want that Rolex with the stretch band. Melt it. Get it out of here. They don't care. They don't care. They know that the situation is bad, and they're all out there. And I'm looking at them, and they don't want to admit it to you people because they're never going to admit it to you. How many videos have you seen from your favorite boxing black eyes? How many have you seen? Tell me how many have you seen? Tell me how many you've seen from Big Pun and Heavy D. Tell me how many you've seen from the two Jehovah Witness brothers. Tell me how many you've seen from the two, the two toddler body brothers. They did a crossover from American to Latino to try to flim-flam them, No more, because the American ain't working no more. So let's sell raffle tickets to the Latinos. Because the Americans weren't buying no more tickets. They weren't buying no more the sketch. They weren't buying it no more. Papi, it's all over the place, yeah. It's all over. It's all over. And I'm giving you more and more and more information so you know what's up. The least you buy watches, the more it drops. And they're looking every day for a maranito. They're looking for un sapo, for a frog. They're looking for a frog every day, so we can, pay the rent and pay my employees. Papi, in downtown, people have let go 2 and 3 salespeople. Out. I can't afford you no more. I can't have you here no more. You know it, Nelson. And I know it's hard for you guys to believe all this, but I'm seeing it and I go, oh my God. It ain't no more now like, can it be really for real what I'm saying? No, papi, it's 100% for real, man. The people that I spoke today to, man, they told me this is bad, man. This is bad. And this has been coming with a bad leg for the last 2 years. But now we got involved in, in politics, economy, all this stuff, and it's just upside down, man. And what I told you yesterday, guys, listen to me. If you don't think, do you guys believe that what I told you yesterday affects the world? Do you believe it, or you think it's what I was saying about Russia has so many plants, China has so many plants, and we're still skip hopping around with a little tugboats of breaking ice, to play soccer in the ice and play with the polar bears and the walrus out there. No, these guys are looking for it. They're exploring out there. They're looking for other things, while we're still, skip hopping around. I mean, guys, come on. It's not a. And the other day I saw something that we were talking about this. We were all talking about it. All right, thank you for believing it, but not for me. I want you to see what's happening. All this is crushing. It's crushing everybody. Everybody that has they had $2,000. They were spending it. Now they're putting it away. They say, "Oh, this is getting bad. I can't spend this money on foolish things." We can't go no more to fast food restaurants. You want tacos, we'll do it at home. You want a grilled cheese sandwich, we'll do it at home. You want to have fries, we'll do it at home. Listen, the only one doing this is me. The only one, exactly. They're squeezing their money. They're squeezing their money. And these people out there, you can tell all these people. You can tell all these these live streamers. These live streamers, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Because you can only bullshit so long. You can only bullshit so long. You can only lie so much. I don't have to BS you guys, and I don't have to lie to you guys. Because I'm not pushing no watch. I'm not pushing no strap, company watch straps. None of this. I'm telling you what's happening. So you guys, have a healthier, time this year. Because, sin dinero, sin plata, sin chelo, sin shekel, sin cuarto, sin chavo, estamos jodidos. We don't have nothing, papi. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. People, listen to me. People, they see it. They see us right there, and they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit it. They're still holding on to, like, the watch business is unbelievable. The watch business is great. Listen to me, man. I went to downtown. I'm going to tell you for the fourth time, and I saw today something that I haven't seen since that time in 2008. People were running all over the place. People were running all over the place. People are pawning watches. People are pawning a package of watches, and you can't. There's a moment there that most of these people, they buy on credit. And they take a package of 12 watches, 8 watches, and they give you terms, they give you some terms. The terms are coming up. You got to pay. You don't have the money. And you take that same package that man dropped you off in your shop, and you go and you pawn it to pay him. You're pawning it under what it costs you, that package, to pay that person. It's not a way of doing business. It's all a facade. It's all a facade. It's an illusion. Poof. It's a lie. People don't have money out there. And the prices of watches just keep on dropping and dropping and dropping. That watch, the Land Dweller, the 36 millimeter Land Dweller, stainless steel with a white dial, with a turkey mesh, dial. The turkey, the chicken that comes in that little thing, like a net. That's what it looks like, that dial. If nobody's ever told you that, well, you learned it from me. When you buy that butterball, the butterball that it comes like with a net, So that Land Dweller that has that net dial, It was up there, man. It was up there at I don't know. It was just disgusting. You know, the chicken coop, exactly. It was up there. It was up there. I mean, you know, the 36. It might be small, but they got the 37 Bacheron Constantin Historic 222. You know, it's a 37, but they're still pushing it. But anyway, let's go to this 36. And they were asking 45, 48,000. The 36. And I'm going to tell all of you, don't pay. You know what? I feel like playing a game. What number am I going to tell you not to pay for that 36 millimeter land dweller? Is it a land dweller? Yeah, land dweller. How much am I going to tell you not to pay for that watch? How much is that ugly watch going to cost? The ugly watch. Let's call it the ugly. How much? 30, 32. One more. I need one more. Go ahead, Damon. Put it up there. Put it up there. Nobody? Don't pay for that watch. And I mean don't pay for that watch. Don't pay more. And I mean more. And $28,000 and dumping. Dumping. Dumping again. Kino, aguanta para atrás. Jálame. 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 Jálame, Kino. Jálame. Push me back. Dumping. Dumping. Dumping again. Suéltame, Kino. Let me go. Let me go, Kino. Let me go. Suéltame, brother. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. It's a bloodbath. You know? It's a bloodbath out there. It's a bloodbath. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a watch. The retail price is 14 and change. 14 and change. 14 and change. But that same watch, they took it and they sold it to each other. Minimum. A ver si estos lambones salvo, no son lambones. They must have sold the watch back and forth to that same watch. 36, back and forth 7 times. And the watch is dropping faster than Billy Boy's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse. You understand me? La situación está jodida, Panchito. Pancho Villa. You know who Pancho Villa is? Pancho Villa was an unbelievable Mexican, you know, unbelievable Pancho Villa. You know, look into it whenever you want to see who Pancho Villa was. It's unbelievable. La situación está jodida, Panchito. Esto está malo. This is, papi, I'm telling you, you can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. People don't know, papi. I know people that told me, hey, I paid so much for this watch. And I got committed, you know, the famous word, I committed to it, to not use that word they use over there on 47th Street. You know, those people over there, they have teeth missing, but they're all rich. You know what I'm talking about, over there in the Diamond District, you know? And you know, la caja de dientes, you know? They took the watch and they said, okay, I take it. And then the person that he was going to sell it to, no, something myself fell through, but you already committed to it. And they're telling me, I committed to the watch. So you understand where this is going to. So you listen to me and learn. This is a dealer, a watch dealer, a backpacker. I committed for the watch for $4,000. I had it sold for $46,000. The sale fell through. Listen to this. The sale fell through. And I got to pay this gentleman. I have to pay him already because I committed to him. I cannot return it. I cannot return it back to the dealer. You know, to that person. Me lo tengo que comer. I have to eat it. Listen to me so you understand what's going on. That way, when you walk into shops, you know how to handle the situation. He committed to the watch for 4 stacks. You know? 4,000 lucas. Man, I have tried to sell the watch under what I bought it for, and nobody wants to buy it. Did that make sense to you? And I'm going to tell you the watch so you understand more. Cartier Ballon Bleu, white dial, 42 millimeter. One more time. Cartier automatic, 42 millimeter, stainless steel, with all the bells and whistles. He committed for $4,000. You know how much he asked me? Does this watch interest you? Because I'm willing to take a loss of $600. $600. A loss of $600. I said, Coño, pa, I'm so sorry. My wife is loaded up on Cartier watches, man. You know, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. He says, I cannot, you know, if my life depended on it, I can't sell this watch. Papi, la situación está jodida, no hay dinero. There's no money. Maybe you 25 organic Watch Channel subscribers have money and you don't have problems. Every morning you get up, you go to Starbucks, you go to Dunkin' Donuts, you go to the coffee shop, you have your toast, you know, and you're good to go. But not everybody. Not everybody. Today, I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk about like around 3 watches, which they were, you know, safe queens, you know, safe queens. They put that watch inside the safe because they were promised, they were promised, take it easy, D, they were promised that this watch was gonna, you bought it for, you know, $300,000 and it was gonna go all the way to $700,000. I have seen all those safe queens come out because they're losing. They're losing las nargas. You know what nargas is? Las nargas la están perdiendo. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you're not gonna believe this. Yes, you're blessed. You're blessed, but there's people out there, you know those movies that, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Remember with Clint Eastwood and the other actors? They were unbelievable, those actors, you know. And there was a guy at the end that he had him already, and he shot him a couple of times, and he was dying, and he was asking for water like this. That's how the people are out there, man. That's how the people are, like this. You know? So how does that noise go? You know, Clint Eastwood was a badass. This guy was unbelievable. When I was a kid, I wanted to be Clint Eastwood, man. I wanted to, you know, I wanted to do everything like Clint Eastwood. Unbelievable. You know, he was, you know, with his hat, so cool. He was so badass, you know. This is how the people are out there, ladies and gentlemen, you know. The people out there están pidiendo agua por seña. And then, I don't know, it was a part there that, you know, Clint Eastwood, you know, got the guy, the bad guy, and he put him on top of the horse, you know, put him like that, and he smacked the horse in the back, and the horse, he left with the bad guy. Oh my God. We gotta be funny here, guys. You know, if we're gonna be in the, you know, in the plantation, we gotta laugh. You know, we're in the plantation. They have us in the plantation. We have to laugh. We have to laugh. I'm gonna give you a watch market update because this is what you guys are here for. As you heard what I said, the 36 millimeter Land Dweller Rolex white dial, you know, with that kook, you know, mesh, you know, whatever dial. I'm telling you, don't pay for that watch. What I told you. You know what I told you? Don't pay more than $28,000. And you tell him I said. And you tell him that one says that everybody in downtown was melting gold. Everybody. Not only gold. You tell them, man, they're melting watches. You know what it is? A Breitling, man. You know, with a bullet bracelet, 285 penny weights with the movement and everything, with the crystal on the front, the crystal on the back. If you take out the movement, the front crystal, the back crystal you have there, you say you have there like 39 penny weights from the movement and the 2 crystals. And you take the rest and you melt it. Papi, People bought the watch for $18,000 and they have $22,000 in gold. What do you do? I'm asking you, what do you do? It's just doing, I'm going to get my money back. It's the equivalent in the watch business, melting a watch like burning money. Wow. Wow. I'm telling you what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. You do whatever you want. Exactly. You melt it. Right, Thurston Howell? You melt that thing. You say, I don't care, man. I don't care if it's a Breitling. I don't care if it's a Navi timer. What? I don't care. This thing has $22,000 in gold. Melt it. Pay me. And that's how it is, Papa. La situación está jodida. 25 organic subscribers, 11 thumbs up. You guys should be ashamed of yourself with the knowledge that I drop you guys for free. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. No, Kino, no te meta. No te meta. Déjame a mí. Today is me. No te meta. 25 organic watch channels, 12 thumbs up. Come on, papi. Es una falta de respeto. You're disrespecting me. Guys, let me tell you, man. Tough times out there. Tough times, all right? Our next watch, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about this watch. We're talking about, again, we're talking about the Iron Sheik tunic man. He wears a tunic with a thing in his hat over here, with a black thing here. It's white. Iron Sheik. This man has this watch. He can't move it no more. He can't. Because the loss is so big. Let me tell you, those people, that guy must have over there $1 billion in watches. And now every channel that sells watches, they're saying, I'm going to show you today my $50 million watches that we have. I'm going to show you my $400 million of watches I have. The one over there has $1 billion. Iron Sheik tunic man. I'm telling you. Richard Mill, the RM6701, the OGR. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, it's black with a little white trimming on it. This is a watch. You guys have a hard time believing this, but this watch was all day, every day, $900,000, $800,000. All day, and I can keep on going. And I'm going to tell you, you do whatever you want. You tell them that I said this. You tell them that I said this. Don't pay for that Richard Mill 6701. Don't pay. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. But don't pay for that watch. And this is a special watch. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. When you go there and you play golf and you do the swing, you go, the watch has that kind of stability, Unbelievable. Don't pay for that watch that at one moment was worth $900,000. Don't pay for that watch. Don't be dodo birds. Don't be window lickers. Don't be crayon eaters. Don't be tomato cans. Don't be sandbags. Don't pay for that watch more than $330,000. And doubting. I love when I do this. Doubting again. Julio. Look at that. 280. Smart man. He knows what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. This is the #1 watch market up show in the world, chosen by no other than Fudinki. #1. They talk about me. They talk about me. I'm letting you know. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Rolex stainless steel Yachtmaster blue dial 40 millimeter, reference number 126622. Unbelievable. Retail price is $12,500. Ladies and gentlemen, you do yourself a favor. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. Papi, you have cash. You're the king. If you have the cash, you're the king. And you do whatever you want. They tell you 13,000, you look in their eyes, and you do this to them. You pull out the stack I got right here in this hand for that watch. I got $10,800 and done. Done. That's what you do. You do that, Papi. You do that. That's all. Don't be afraid. Well, I'm going to show you again. You go like this. They're starving. Papi. The gold rush is here. The gold rush is here. Go like this. You take it out the stack. I got this for you. And he's going to ask you, what do you have there? Because son unos lambones. You know, son lambones. They're hungry. You go, I got here $10,800 for you. And you put it, you throw it there. That's what you do. You got the price, right? Of the Yachtmaster. Fully. Stainless steel. And you drop my name. Papi, when they hear my name, I have heard that people get nauseous. You know, and nauseous when you feel like throwing up, right? Nauseous. They say, listen to me, they say that me and Sweet Kino to me, Joaquin to you, we have single-handedly disrupted, rattled, dismantled the Muppet Boiler Room secondary gray watch market. We have been the worst nightmare. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? You don't believe me still? That the Americans, they were looking for the guy over there, Nazi, you know, the Nazi over there in Germany. And they say, we need that guy to come over here and prepare for us, you know, a new group over here. And that guy that they called from over there, from Nazi, from the German guys, you know, over there, he came over here and he did for them the ICA. You don't believe me either? Am I lying to you guys out there? Please confirm if I'm lying to them. Somebody say there, yes or no. Put it up there. Bobby. Nope, okay. Okay. This is how it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you how it is. I'm telling you how it is. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We understand. We understand that some of you don't want to hear the truth. You want to continue walking with the herd into the slaughterhouse. Man, they're not going to get me. They're not going to take me to no FEMA camp. They're not going to take me and Guido. We already have a bunker prepared for us. I'm just telling you what's going on. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, this over here, this is a disrespect, what I'm going to tell you now. This is a Rolex Rose Gold. Rolex Rose Gold. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. This is unbelievable. No FEMA camp. You know it, Papa. You know what I'm saying. Or no FEMA coffins. Rolex Rose Gold. GMT. 40 millimeter. Reference number 126715CHNR. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you this, you're gonna go, nah, man, that's these people. These people. I like what you put down, Mr. Donor, but you're way. But you are right. You're right about that. I have that watch. I have that watch, and right now, Mr. Donor just put down. Don't pay for that watch more than 35, more than 34, right? But this is what's going on now. They have a dial on that watch. This is unbelievable. They call it the Tiger Iron. Tiger Iron. Do you guys know how much they're asking for that Tiger Iron? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what they're asking for that Tiger Iron? Listen, guys, I'm doing this for free. It doesn't cost you nothing. Nothing at all. Do you know how much they're asking? In the 50s, okay. Okay, we have somebody talking here for real. Christopher just came in and slapped everybody in the head. Christopher came and slapped everybody in the head. Pop, ping, boom, pop. That's right, Christopher, you did. Ladies and gentlemen, they're asking for that watch. It's an embarrassment, man. It's an embarrassment. because they took that watch, the retail price of that watch. Christopher, thank you so much for putting that number up there because they were not going to believe me. And you made them a believer now. They took that watch and they bought it for $49,400. That is the retail price of that watch. $49,400 plus your Uncle Sam's taxes, right? Now Billy took it and sold it to Sonny. Sonny took it and sold it to Kino. Kino took it and sold it to Christopher. Insane price. Insane. Ladies and gentlemen, they're asking for that watch. Did I have the same watch? The only thing is, I love what this Christopher said. Insane watch. Insane price. It's crazy. It's the Tiger Iron dial. You're paying for that dial. Are you ready for this? You're paying. I'm going to be kind, man. You're paying. Let me see the price I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you. You're paying for that dial. Easy, $45,000. If not more. The dial. You're paying for the dial $60,000. Then you listen to me. Listen to me what Mr. Christopher put down. Because if I say it, you won't believe me. And Thomas put 50,000. I said 45 because I'm a kind man. They're asking for that watch. $89,000. $90,000. Are you hearing me? But that's because that watch was bought and hyped up between them. Back and forth. Y ahora se lo tienen que comer. Se lo tienen que jamar because there's nobody going to pay you 56. I'm going to say the number that Thomas and Christopher said. They're not going to pay you $50,000 for a dial. Nobody. And I'm going to tell you the price. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean, there it is right there, 64. Wow, que locura, man. $64,000. Wow, Thomas and Christopher right there, both of them. Wow. It's crazy, Papi. Don't pay for that watch more. Don't pay more than $78,000. And you tell them you have the money here in your pocket and you put it there. That's it. There's no more money out there, Papi. Listen to me. Credit cards. Listen to me, man. I didn't want to enter this subject, but I will. Credit cards are maxed out, man. Maxed out. Credit cards are maxed out. I've seen people trying to buy a Slurpee in 7-Eleven with a credit card and being declined. Scout's honor. And I'm sitting in the back. Looking. Papi, la situación está jodida. You're going to tell me that a Patek Philippe 5712, fully factory, rose gold, they're asking out there, it's shameful. $230,000, $225,000, $218,000, $215,000. The 5712 rose gold Nautilus, fully, not a converted 5712, a real one from factory. Papi, you understand? Papi. And I'm going to tell you because I'm nice, don't pay for that 5712. You do whatever you want. You ready for this? You ready for this? Don't pay more. You take your cash out, you put it there. Or you tell them, look, from right here from my phone, I'll send it to you right now. But don't buy that watch for $225, $218, $215, $190. Don't pay more than $182,000. And duck again. It's crazy, Papi. Duck again. You know what I'm talking about. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rolex, stainless steel, land dweller, white dial, with that turkey mesh, chicken coop, You know what I'm trying to say? the one, this is the 40 millimeter, that land dweller, white dial. Reference number of that watch, ladies and gentlemen, is the 127334 white dial. Retail price is $15,350. Bobby, it's more than double. Still, it's more than double. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, this gentleman put that 36. Woof, nice. Bobby, it's still double. It'll be 30. It's more than double still. Does anybody besides this gentleman that put $36,000 want to give it a shot? Here I go. Don't pay for that watch, Mr. Donut. You do whatever you want. That gentleman won. Don't pay for that watch more. That land dweller. Don't pay for it more. And it's dropping. No, it's dropping. It's dropping by the second. Don't pay for that watch. Christopher, don't pay for that watch. If you have a deep pocket, Christopher, don't pay. Don't give your money away. Give it away to the animal shelters, the homeless, tent cities. You help them out, but don't pay for that watch. That gentleman said 36. Don't pay for that watch more than $37,000. Stop me! Stop me! Stop me again! Stop me again! Kino said 2 more. I'm telling you. Jodido, papi. Esto está jodido. This is the #1 watch market update show in the world. Nobody's better than me. And sweet Kino. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Está jodido la situación. Está jodido, muchacho. No sean gilipollas. La situación está jodida. Listen to me over there. Europe, they're eating each other up in Europe. I'm letting you know, in Europe, they're eating each other over there in Europe. Se están comiendo. I know what I'm telling you. And the people here that lost their houses, lost their jobs, lost their Honda Accord, their Volkswagen Rabbit, they lost everything and they're sleeping in tent cities. Suddenly they all became drug addicts. I don't know how that happened. You couldn't pay your car, you couldn't pay your house, you couldn't pay the groceries, but now you are a THC drug addict. Somebody told me today, again, ladies and gentlemen, that over there in Amsterdam, I don't know who it was, I forgot. Like 90% potent. It'll fry your head. You can't think straight. You do whatever you want. Those things, You know what I'm saying? I told Kino that he had to stop that. Kino was going crazy. But Kino's recovering, He's a recovering tomato can. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here a watch for you. A Richard Mille. Richard Mille B. Nadal. The RM035. Unbelievable Nadal, the tennis player, the guy from Spain, it's unbelievable. He was a master in clay. He played in clay and he beat everybody in clay, He was a special guy, little Spanish kid, it's unbelievable. I think he retired. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know this. This watch, it was disgusting. I'm not even going to tell you the price because it was disgusting. I'm just going to tell you this. Don't pay for that Richard Mille Baby Nadal RM035. Don't pay more. Does anybody know? Don't pay more than $161,000. Down! Dump me again. You do whatever you want. It's your money. Thank you very much, Dr. Evil, for that super chat. Thank you very much. I can't even give you a heart because, the antenna, I don't know if you know this, a couple of days ago, they threw a shot on my TV equipment and some of the things blew up. And, I'm telling you the truth. If you don't know about this, Alex, we had trouble in this channel. They say it was something. To me, I believe it's what's going around in circles and satellite, the Russia thing. Russia, Has a thing going around, a satellite thing. They call it a satellite, but it's a rocket. I'm telling you what it is. It's a rocket. And they can go like this right here. Get them. Boom. Okay, enough of that. Let's go and let me continue here. We were under attack. Tell them there, please, D. Tell them. Tell them we were under attack. And I went for, that's right, Thurston Howell was here. I went for 2 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel happy for myself what I did. This is no lie. Thurston Howell III was here, and some other characters were here. And ladies and gentlemen, I was into the show like half an hour. I was spilling my life to you guys, telling you everything. And the thunder lightning hit, and I didn't hear Thurston Howell. I didn't hear nobody no more. I heard, voices very far. Like voices from Colorado. From Colorado, the airport in Colorado, underground. I heard voices. Wow, can you hear me? I got scared. And Kino jumped up, looked through the window because he thought he was seeing those guys dressed in black. So what we did was we turned everything off. This is no lie. Ta 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 ta. We have unbelievable panels in our studio. It blew up one of the fuses and everything. No, but for real, I turned the whole thing off, and I told Sweet Kid Kino, we gotta do this again. And I started all over again. And if you were here, please vouch for me that what I'm saying is truth, right? I started all over again, and I did another hour and 10 minutes. Just to let you know what I did. All right, guys? I thought you should hear that. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch, ladies and gentlemen, is a watch that at a moment this watch was being sold in that Corona era for $35,000. $35,000. We're talking about a Rolex two-tone rose gold with stainless steel GMT. They call this the root beer. And this watch at one moment was over $35,000 in that Corona era. And when it died out, it was in the high 20s. And as 22 came around and 23, it went down to $21,000. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, for that beautiful root beer, I'm not a real big fan of two-tone watches, but for some reason I do like this watch. I would rock it. I would wear it. Look at this, $14,500. He's saying not to pay. And ladies and gentlemen, 40 millimeter, reference number 126711CHNR. Retail price is $18,150. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you because I'm kind. If you have this watch, it's good. Nice watch. But don't pay for that watch more. Coño, Christopher. I'm going to say quick. Don't pay for that watch more than $16,100. Dumping! Kino! Dumping! Dumping! Dijo él 16. Dumping again. Dumping again. Dumping again. I get happy when subscribers put the number there. Here it is. Don't pay. You don't pay more than that. Don't pay more than that. Unbelievable. Somebody hold me back. I feel restless. I better be quiet. I don't want nothing to happen to the antenna tower, I don't want nothing to happen. I get happy. I really get happy, Mr. Donut. I really get happy. I get excited for you guys. This is the #1 watch market update show in the world. Don't let nobody tell you it's not. It is. Ladies and gentlemen, here's another Rolex. Yellow gold. Yellow gold with a Jubilee bracelet. GMT. Black dial with a black and grayish ceramic bezel. Unbelievable looking time machine. Unbelievable. Fully yellow gold. Like a bumblebee. It's unbelievable, that watch. It's beautiful. They call it a Bruce Wayne bumblebee. I don't know. They have all these names. Zombies. It's unbelievable, this watch. And I'm going to tell you the reference number of this watch is the 126718. This is a hard one for you guys. I know it's hard. It's confusing for you guys. Not for me, but for you guys. And ladies and gentlemen, the retail price of this watch is $44,600. $44,600. When it was first released, this watch, that's the retail, that's right, 44,600. And when it was first released, this watch went all the way up to $65,000. No matter what they tell you out there, calling your man Doc Maker Florida, and Mr. Donut, bro. I gotta say it quickly so there won't be no problems here. Don't pay for that watch more than $38,400. And Dame Kilo, Dame again, Dame again. Don't pay more than that. My hair's wet. It's too wet. I took a bath, shower, and it's kind of wet, You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unbelievable. What a watch market update show I'm giving you guys. I told you I was going to give you a watch market yesterday, but we did yesterday an hour and 20 minutes talking about China and Russia and the U.S. People don't know about that. You have it there in the library, so whenever you want to go back, you check the library out and you hear what I said. Sometimes people told me when I heard it the second time, I heard it better. I don't know what that meant, but that's what they told me. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch, man, when you hear this one, is an AP Royal Oak stainless steel chrono. They call this the Panda. White dial with the black gauges. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know about these things because you were not, I don't think, you know about watches, but you were not around in those shows. This watch went all the way to $110,000 because they were trying to, compare that Panda AP, to a Daytona, with the white dial with the black gauges, you know what I'm saying? But this is AP, it's more, luxurious, luxury, it's unbelievable, this watch, and people were going crazy for this watch. This is the AP Royal Oak Chrono Panda, reference number 26331. Does anybody know what I'm going to tell you not to pay for that watch? I'll help you guys out. The retail price is $36,100. $36,100. I don't have no takers. What happened? You see, que ellos saben algunos, pero no lo saben todos. 2,700, 27,200. Okay. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, so you know what's going on. It's unbelievable. And you want a full set with all the bells and whistles. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. I know you guys are hearing me. You ready? Don't pay for that watch more. Don't pay. I feel like taking off the paper because Christopher just put there $38,000. And if I take off the paper, I can't put it back in again. But I promise you this. That I promise you when I finish this, I'm going to put it there, you can see it. He said $38,000, and I'm going to tell you, don't pay more. Square business. Don't pay more than $38,000. Ding, 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 ding. Like that show. Let's make a deal. The price is right. The price is right. He hit it, Papa. That was it. Bravo. That's what I say. Bravo. I promise you that I will show you. And if you see that I'm forgetting, hey Juan, show us that number. I'm gonna put it up there for you. $38,000. 38. Don't pay more than that. Beautiful, Christopher. Wow. Coño, que bravo, man. I get so happy to see that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Maybe so. You're right. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm going to show you. I'm going to show it to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an AP Royal Oak Chrono. Listen to this one. 38 millimeter. Reference number 26315. I'm in shock. I thought nobody was going to get that. Wow. In the head. Boom. White dial. 26315. 38 millimeter chrono. Royal Oak. Rose gold. Reference number is 26315. White dial. Retail price, ladies and gentlemen, is $80,000. Even Steven, $80,000. Does anybody know what I'm going to tell you not to pay for that watch? Because these dealers are making this watch famous. They're trying to make it famous, but they can't. They can't. Not while I'm here. Not while I'm here. Don't pay for that watch more. Wow, 57, Mr. Donor, man, you're a beast. Leave it with Mr. Donor. Leave it with Mr. Donor. He's the beast. Don't pay for that watch more than $56,000. And dumping champion Mr. Donor too. Dumping again. Don't pay more than $56,000. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an AP Royal Oak stainless steel. Open work, double balance wheel. Reference number 15407. Stainless steel, 41 millimeter. Retail price is $80,000. $80,000 is the retail price. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am the only channel that when we do, listen to you learn. When we do a watch market update, please listen to what I'm saying. It's very important that you listen to this. This is the only channel that when they give you a watch market update, pretty soon when Kino buys the new equipment that we need, we're gonna be able to do what we're missing, the pictures, pictures of the watch. But this is the only channel that gives you I give you at times 2 pictures, reference number, retail price, and the price that you should pay. This is the only channel. Nobody will dare to tell you. Nobody. None of those favorite Muppet Boiler Room channels that you look at, Boxing Eyes, The Walrus, The Hungry Hippo, they will never tell you a reference number and a retail price. You must be out of your mind. They will never do that. This is the only channel, papi. No, Kino, se lo tengo que decir, Kino. Ellos no saben esas cosas. Por eso que ellos vienen a ver a los otros, Kino. Claro, Kino, tómate la cerveza. Tómate la cerveza. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, that you need to know about. That open work, double balance wheel, stainless steel, 41 millimeter, retail price is $80,000. Ladies and gentlemen, they were a couple of months, they were asking for that watch. Does anybody know what they were asking for that watch a couple of months ago? They were acting real cute among themselves, back and forth, Está tomando una corona, eso corona. Dice, pero escucharon lo que dije yo en español, escucharon, le da la cerveza esa. El modelo, $170,000. Whoever put that down there, right? I think it was Thurston Howell III. They were asking $170,000 for that watch. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you ready for this? Remember, you want it. If you want it, you just show him the shekels, la plata, el dinero. You show them all that. That's all. They go crazy for it. They need it. They need cash is king. And the one that has cash, wow, Mr. Blair said the number, man. Wow. I mean, it's not the exact number, but he's right there, man. Don't pay. I'm going to do it quick so we don't, don't pay for that 15407 Royal Oak open work double balance wheel 41 millimeter. Don't pay. You do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch more than $126,500. And unbelievable, these people. Digo 128,000. I can't see it now because the thing broke. I'm telling you, it burned one of the fuse. I'm telling you, Mr. Blair, felicidades. Felicidades, Mr. Blair. And it's dropping, papi. Thurston Howell III said 170, and that is the truth. Don't pay more than what I told you. Don't pay more. Cash is king. Oh man, we're on fire. Qué lindo, papá. Qué lindo. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here a Rolex white gold date. This is a hard one for you. Rolex white gold date pave, sapphire dial. Diamond bezel, diamond bezel. This is an unbelievable machine. This is una jodienda. Esto es a brutal watch. You put that watch on your wrist and you go to one of those places where the girls dance, and you go like this, to the floor. That's it. I know what I'm trying to show you. You know, I know what I'm trying to tell you. You know, it's for those lambones that like those watches with diamonds in the dial, diamonds in the bezel. Unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a watch. It's over. You know, it's unbelievable watch. And I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that watch. 228 is the reference number. 228 349. Listen to these letters. RBR. You know, when they use those letters, it's fire. Don't pay, and I mean don't pay for that watch more than $83,000, and done. You do whatever you want. Give it away. Keep giving your money away. Yeah, give it away. Give it away. Give it away. Give it away. You know the Chili Peppers. Give it away. Give it away. Give it away. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. Thank you, Bob. You know, give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away, boom, 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 boom. You know, it's unbelievable, this channel. The best channel in the world, ladies and gentlemen. What I do for you guys for free, come on, guys. You know how much you have to pay to get therapy with a psychiatrist, you know, with a psychologist? You know how much you have to pay? And you get it here for free. Papi, you get it for free here. For free. And what do I get? I get this. It's all right. I blow steam here. It's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is an AP Royal Oak. I mean, this is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. This is really, really crazy. This is the AP Royal Oak. Thank you very much today. Before I forget you, thank you very much for that super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a beautiful watch. You know, this is an incredible watch. You know, Rolex. Excuse me, Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, titanium, salmon dial, 41 millimeter. Reference number 26515 TI, perpetual calendar, moon face. Ladies, this is a salmon dial, man. Beautiful. I think that for some reason, AP really hit a home run with that dial, salmon dial. Beautiful. You know, perpetual calendar, moon face. And ladies and gentlemen, this is also a safe queen. But they know it's dropping faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse, and they got to get rid of it. And this watch was over. If anybody knows, this watch was over $350,000. You know, supersonic watch. And I'm going to tell you, because I'm stupid like that, you do whatever you want. This is a beautiful AP, Papa. There's no question about it. It's a beautiful AP, but it was from that time, you know, Lambones, you know, Corona era. And I'm going to tell you, don't pay for that watch. Does anybody have an idea? Mr. Donut, Christopher, you know, somebody, Mr. Blair, nobody knows? Okay, 145. Okay, somebody knows what they're talking about. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. It's your money. You do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch more. And I mean more. Okay, Thomas said 175. Don't pay for that watch more than $138,000. And nothing. La situación está jodida. There's no money out there. There's no money out there. Listen to me. The watches that I'm getting offered today, that I am passing on them because I do not believe, even though they're giving me the price, which is a good price, there is still room for those watch models and brands to drop. Look at that big drop on that crazy watch. You see what I'm saying? People, they know, because they know those watches. Bobby, there's no more money. Who are you going to sell those watches to? The free government money dried up, and now they're coming for you to pay it back. I know what I'm trying to tell you. But it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch is a Patek Philippe Complications, the 5205. You know, they call this the gray. You know, the gray Dow. You know, it's unbelievable. Gray Dow. Exactly. Liquidity is king. Absolutely. Thurston Howard again, dropping knowledge. Papi, escuchen. Listen to the people in this channel. Don't listen to me only. Listen to everybody in the channel. This is everybody's channel. Everybody's channel. Not mine. Everybody's channel. Let me tell you, this is the 5205. They call this the gun gray Dow. You heard of that? The gun gray Dow 5205. Unbelievable. Annual calendar. Unbelievable watch. One of the hottest Dows out there, to be honest, because it's discontinued. You know, it's a collector's choice, collector's, you know, gray, collector's dream. I just call it collector's grave, like Franco Fiore would say, you know, collector's grave. And ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this. The retail price of that watch is $63,906. Go ahead, guess how much I'm going to have to pay for that watch. Go ahead. I double dare you. 38,000. One more. One more. 38,000. One more. Don't be scared. One more. Go ahead, Thurston. You know something. Put it up there. Don't be lollipop suckers, guys. Beautiful watch. One, it is. I'm telling you, a beautiful watch. But you're going to say, wow. And you want it full set with all the bells and whistles. Use slider condition material, but you want it full set. Don't pay $45,000. Okay, I got to say it now. Don't pay for that watch. Don't pay more. Don't pay more than $31,000. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about a watch. This is my last watch market update of the evening. This is another safe queen that they had to pull out. You know, like when he said, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Remember that scene? Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. This is, don't pay for the Hawk. Don't pay more than $15,600. I'm giving you a bonus. The Rolex stainless steel Hawk, green dial, green ceramic bezel. Use slider condition material. You know, don't pay more than $15,600. The Godfather, correct. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a safe queen, a monster safe queen. I'm going to take my time describing to you this watch. I'm going to show Christopher the number he said. Oh man, this is going to get messed up. I'm going to show you something. Christopher, right? He said $38,000. I'm going to show you something. But first, I'm going to give you the last watch market update of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar. White gold. Listen up, guys. This is brutal. Qatar edition. Does anybody know what a Qatar edition is? You know, Qatar edition. White gold. Qatar edition. Unbelievable watch. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. You know, this is, and they call this the Burgundy edition dial. Burgundy edition dial. Papi, come on, let's work on this so you understand where I'm going with this. This is a monster watch. Monster watch. This is iron chic tunic material watch. Iron chic tunic material watch. Papi, this is a watch. Esto es una jodienda. This is a watch that you put on that if you say, well, Juan, what watches you like? I'm a simple dresser, you know, and I believe that less is more, you know. I like, you know, straight, clean lines. I'm that type of fella, you know. And that's a watch that I will wear. No white gold, burgundy dial, Qatar edition. Tremenda parado, papi. Eso bajando panty desde que tú entras al club. You know, when you go to the club, bajando panty, you know, pulling panties down. Pa, 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 a piso. You walking around, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. You know, the red hot chili pepper. You know, unbelievable this watch. This is an unbelievable watch, ladies and gentlemen. I got today, I worked very hard, you know, unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, this is, I said again, I gotta take my glasses off because I gotta tell you the whole thing, you know. AP Royal Perpetual Calendar, you know, white gold Qatar edition, reference number. Ready for this? 26574 BC. B as in boy, C as in Charlie. Unbelievable, 41 millimeter. Ladies and gentlemen, $200,000 by Thurston Howell III. $200,000. Beautiful, Thurston. Does anybody know what this watch was at one moment? Does anybody know? Papi, this is a monster watch. You can go to the Sunday service and the pastor will look at you and go, oof, what does that man have in his hands? I wasn't going to say nothing bad about that. The pastor will go, oof, what does he have in his hand? It's a beast. White gold, burgundy dial, Qatar edition. Over $600,000. You want to know how bad the watch market is? And people pay ding, 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 wire, wire, beep, 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 beep. Give it away, 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 give it away. The red hot chili peppers. Give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away. Give it away, 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 give it away. Ladies and gentlemen, my last watch market update of the evening. Don't pay for that beautiful AP Royal Oak Qatar burgundy dial. Unbelievable. What an addition, man. Watch market is dead. The watch market is dead in a backyard pool and floating face down like this. Give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away. Dead. Don't pay for that watch. I saw what you guys put up there, 200, 210, you know, and so on and so on. Don't pay for that watch. If you're smart, you wouldn't pay more than this if you're smart. And if you are going to buy it, you send them my clip of me. Don't pay for that watch more. Somebody said $200,000. Is that correct? Don't pay more than $197,000 and dead. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your watch market update. I told you already about the situation that's happening in Miami, Florida, in downtown. Everybody is melting watches and they don't care. They're melting watches in every corner. They're taking out the movements, the front crystal, the back. If it's open work in the back, take it out. That's right there, 40 grams, and the rest, they're melting it. They don't care. Tough times, ladies and gentlemen. Be smart with your money, all right? Be smart. I hope you enjoy this Watch Market Update show, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, for real. Be very, very careful the way you're spending your money out there. Even when you're spending it over here in this channel with those, you know, thank you chats, be very careful. If you could, you could, and if you can't, don't do it. That comes from my heart. Don't do it. All right, guys? Again, we have respect to all of you, too. Respect to all of you. Stay cool always. Don't change on me. Be smart. Stay focused. Look around you. What's happening? It ain't looking pretty. Right, guys? Don't forget to, try to get into our watch group, and, Samantha and Kino will try to let you in, all right? So under my name, Juan Nieves on Facebook. Anyway, like me and Kino say always, take care and brush your hair. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you, all of you, for the super chats. Thank you so much. Be well. Good night.